Philadelphia 76ers injury update. Concerning news on Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey as list grows to 5 versus Pacers, December 12th. The Philadelphia 76ers enter their December 12th matchup against the Indiana Pacers facing a wave of concern that has spread across the fanbase like wildfire. What was expected to be a competitive Eastern Conference showdown has now become overshadowed by troubling injury news involving the team's two cornerstones, Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. With the 76ers injury list expanding to 5 players, questions about the team's short-term stability and long-term plan have begun to intensify. Tonight's game not only tests the Sixers' depth but also magnifies the growing anxiety surrounding their superstar duo. Let's begin with the biggest storyline, Joel Embiid. The MVP center, who has been playing at an elite level this season, is dealing with lingering migraine symptoms and general illness that have forced him to miss practice time and undergo evaluation from the medical staff. Although the team insists this is not a long-term issue, the concern stems from how unpredictable migraines can be and how severely they can impact performance. Embiid has battled various physical setbacks throughout his career, but when it comes to illness-driven conditions, recovery depends heavily on individual response. Tonight, the Sixers must prepare for the possibility that their franchise player may not be at 100%, or may even be ruled out as a precaution. This uncertainty surrounding Embiid is especially significant given how drastically he impacts the team's identity. The Sixers' entire offense revolves around his dominance in the paint, his ability to draw double teams, and his improved playmaking. Defensively, he anchors their rim protection and controls the pace of the game. Any dip in his energy level or availability forces the Sixers to completely reconfigure their game plan. Against a fast-paced Pacers squad led by Tyrese Halliburton, Embiid's presence, or lack of it, could drastically shift the dynamic of the matchup. The next major concern involves Tyrese Maxey, the breakout star who has become one of the most explosive young guards in the league. Maxey is currently battling illness symptoms similar to Embiid's, and the team has placed him on the injury report as questionable. While Maxey has shown incredible resilience throughout his career, the Sixers remain cautious given the intensity required for his high-energy style of play. He is the team's fastest player, its most aggressive attacker off the dribble, and a key force in transition. If Maxey isn't fully healthy, the Sixers risk losing pace, spacing, and offensive flow. Maxey's status is particularly concerning because he has become the heartbeat of Philadelphia's perimeter attack. His chemistry with Embiid has elevated the Sixers' offense to one of the most efficient units in the league. But when both are dealing with health concerns at the same time, the Sixers lose their two primary engines. Against a Pacers team known for pushing the tempo, draining threes, and moving the ball at lightning speed, missing either Embiid or Maxey significantly weakens Philadelphia's competitive edge. Unfortunately for the 76ers, the troubling news doesn't stop there. Their injury list has officially grown to 5 players, forcing head coach Nick Nurse to navigate a roster that is suddenly thin, fatigued, and vulnerable. Joining Embiid and Maxey on the injury list are De'Anthony Melton, Kelly Oubre Jr., and Robert Covington, all of whom play critical roles in the team's defensive structure and wing rotation. Melton is dealing with lingering back tightness, an issue that has flared up repeatedly throughout the season. His defensive versatility, three-point shooting, and ability to guard opposing scorers make him a key piece in Philadelphia's rotation. Without him, the Sixers lose one of their best perimeter defenders, an especially painful loss when facing Indiana's high-power defense. Kelly Oubre Jr., still recovering from his rib injury and conditioning struggles after his early season accident, remains limited. His athleticism, slashing ability, and defensive length have been missed significantly during his absence. Oubre is the kind of player who can shift momentum with one explosive sequence, but the team is still monitoring his comfort level and contact readiness. Then there's Robert Covington, who continues to deal with knee soreness. While Covington may not have the same scoring upside as others on the list, his defensive instincts, rebounding, and veteran presence are crucial for the second unit. Losing him further complicates the defensive assignments and limits Nurse's options when matchups become challenging. With 5 players listed on the injury report, the Sixers must rely heavily on their role players and bench contributors. Expect increased minutes for Patrick Beverley, Nicholas Batum, Marcus Morris Sr., Paul Reed, and Jaden Springer. Each player will need to step up significantly to fill the gaps left by Embiid, Maxey, and the other sideline teammates. Reed, in particular, may be asked to hold down the interior if Embiid is limited or unavailable, a challenging assignment against Indiana's physical frontcourt. Nick Nurse now faces the difficult task of adjusting the rotations, simplifying the offense, and finding creative ways to generate scoring without over-relying on fatigued players. The Sixers thrive when they can play inside out through Embiid, but if is not fully ready, they may need to shift toward a perimeter-oriented attack with more ball movement and spacing. On defense, Philadelphia must prepare for Indiana's relentless pace, which will test their conditioning and discipline. The broader concern for Sixers fans is the timing of these injuries. The team had been building promising momentum, with Maxey emerging as an all-star level talent and Embiid maintaining MVP-caliber dominance. But as has often been the case in recent seasons, health issues strike at the most inconvenient times. With the Eastern Conference standings tightening and key matchups looming, losing multiple starters, even temporarily, could disrupt chemistry and rhythm. Still, the Sixers remain hopeful that tonight's setbacks reflect short-term challenges rather than long-term problems. Embiid and Maxey's conditions appear to be illness-related rather than structural injuries, which is encouraging. The team is prioritizing recovery, hydration, and rest, aiming to avoid worsening symptoms or extended absences. Better to miss a game or two now than risk prolonged downtime later in the season. As Philadelphia prepares for tonight's game against the Pacers, the pressure has shifted from the stars to the supporting cast. Fans will be watching to see how the team reacts under adversity, how the bench contributes under increased responsibility, and whether the Sixers' depth can withstand one of the most dynamic offenses in the NBA. For now, the concerning news surrounding Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey looms large, and the growing injury list adds another layer of uncertainty. The Sixers hope this turbulent stretch is temporary, but until their stars are fully healthy, every matchup becomes a test of resilience. Tonight's game will reveal much about where this team stands and how much they can withstand.